Now, let me conclude by giving you a little bit broader overview of how wealth is generated in America. This will be an encouragement as well as a method for exploring things other than just traditional jobs. 74% of the millionaires in America got their wealth because of self-owned businesses. They got their own businesses, and that includes all the things we were just discussing here, as well as real estate agents and those people who would consider themselves to be independently employed. 10% are executives. These are going to be people like Michael Eisner, who spent a long time in one particular company, and as a result of being there over a long period of time, got an incredible amount of compensation. Michael was compensated millions of dollars each year in his last few years with Disney. Now, sure, you can accumulate wealth if you're compensated in that fashion, and a few people do, but that makes up about 10%. Another 10% are professionals. These are going to be attorneys, physicians, people who have specialized training, have managed their money well, and over a long period of time have become millionaires as a result. 5% are salespeople or consultants. No particular educational focus or even product focus, but in whatever they do it with excellence. Now, if you've been keeping track, that comprises about 99% of the people who have become millionaires, starting with nothing in America. The remaining 1%, incidentally, takes into account all of the following: authors, people who win the lottery, athletes, movie stars, actors, actresses, those kind of areas, make up less than 1% of people who actually become millionaires in America. Unfortunately, that's the area we hear a lot about. Those are the role models for little kids, and those are the ones that everyone wants to be like. But they make up a very small amount of where wealth comes from in America. If we go back through the list again, I said that 74% of the people own their own businesses. And incidentally, some of the biggest money makers in America historically have been plain businesses like vending, printing, and dry cleaning. Very common, ordinary businesses. Not something where somebody went out and reinvented the wheel, created something brand new, got a patent. Now we've got something brand new on the block. No, those kind of ideas are very risky for the most part. People who are successful in business are usually doing one of two things, and these are keys to being successful in your own business. Do something 10% better than what's being done. That's one of the simple principles. You don't look for something new and untested. Simply do something 10% better than what's being done. Another principle is to provide added value. As an example of that, when Domino's got into the pizza business, they didn't necessarily make better pizza or sell it cheaper. They simply added delivery to a very common, ordinary product. And the desire for speed, efficiency, promptness created millionaires all across America. Simply adding delivery to a very common, ordinary product. The one overriding characteristic of people who get rich in America is that they're doing something they absolutely love. Keep in mind these principles when you look at a job or a business that might be right for you. I know this has been a brief overview of having your own business, and it certainly is just one part of the process of defining the work that you love. This is a process of looking at what's unique about you. How do you handle change? How do you put together a resume that really represents you? And I encourage you to do that, even if you're going to end up in something totally on your own. Do the resume. It's a good way of kind of assessing what you have as marketable skills. Then how to do the job search, how to interview well, how to consider things that may not be traditional kind of work or traditional kinds of jobs. So an overview, quick process to just simply take inventory of yourself, create a focus, and then create a plan. I often give a little 3-link chain to clients I work with personally. I want you to visualize this and hold the concept in your mind. The 3 little links in this case represent the past, the present, and the future. Many people feel controlled by the past. They feel like they've been victimized. They've been let go from a company, or they're struggling with some other kind of personal issue in the past, some kind of misfortune. Don't let that past control where you are today. What you want to focus on is the present. What can you do in the present that will then define your future? You have to be able to see what it is that you want in the future clearly. That makes the short-term decisions much easier. See in your mind that little 3-chain link gold chain I mentioned a moment ago. The past, present, and the future are certainly connected, but the past does not control or determine your future. You do that each day with the choices you make. This is Dan Miller wishing you a successful future filled with peace, prosperity, and purpose.